Right, Benito, that's Grammy-winning star Bad Bunny singing his hit song Nueve Yo at the Super Bowl halftime show last night. The Latin Superstars performance, and superstar is a word here, marked the first time a predominantly Spanish-language artist was the sole headliner for the big game. So, how'd it go? I'm thinking it went really good. We're joined now by Jem Aswad. He's the executive editor of music at Variety. We're so glad you're here, Jem. You're the perfect person to break this down. Listen to the numbers. The highest-rated Super Bowl show, 135 million people watched. I get a kick out of watching him. He looks so confident, so cool. How did you rate the performance? What did you think?
Spectacular. Top 3,
Why?
top 5, all time.
Yeah.
On every level. Performance, the musical performance, the production, eye candy, spectacle, and some sly messaging as well.
Sly messaging, like?
There were a lot of little Easter eggs in there, references to things in the Latin world. I mean, I'm not Latino myself, but there was a reference to a little boy that he gave the Grammy Award to. Looked an awful lot like Liam, the boy who was incarcerated by ICE with his father. And there were a few other little things like that. But it was very sly, and the message was all about unity and togetherness, and we are one America.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, that was interesting that, that there were some people who tried to portray this as divisive. But if anything, that performance came off as one of the most unifying performances we've ever seen in the Super Bowl.
I mean, how much harder could he have hammered it? We are one America. Love is stronger than hate. And that's not the message you're hearing from a lot of other places.
There was also so many flowers given to Latin greats. Ricky Martin was a performer. He just named so many. He named Willie Colon, a great salsa pioneer. He played little bits of old school reggaeton songs, Don Omar, Tego Calderon. It was just amazing how much he really packed into those 13 minutes. For you, what stood out in terms of the kind of special performers like Ricky Martin, Lady Gaga?
Well, they were both amazing. I feel like Ricky Martin was there because he also is a Puerto Rican native, and Lady Gaga was there to be a bit more inclusive and familiarize it to people, because it was a giant sort of invitation, a combo platter of Latin music. There were so many styles, just like on his last album, the one that won the Grammy. And like I said, it was very much an invitation. Come and join us. The world will dance, is what he said in the commercial before the show.
Yes, and showed all the different people. What I liked about it so much, because I'd seen him in Puerto Rico, just because I was curious to see what all the fuss was about. Like many, I didn't understand the language. But what was so cool about it is, even if you don't speak Spanish, and a lot of people do, you still felt something about this performance. Can you speak to that a little bit? Because there were a lot of tis naysayers about why are we having this person perform, this global superstar, by the way, perform at the major football game.
I mean, it was so joyful.
Yeah.
It was so joyful. It was such a celebration. It was so much fun. And it wasn't just, somebody standing there performing. It wasn't threatening. It wasn't menacing. It was an invitation.
So, Jem, one of my favorite, we haven't talked about the music that opened up the Super Bowl. One of my favorite bands, Green Day, performed. And they were not political, but I thought that the song choices sent a message. Talk to that.
American Idiot.
There you go.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
There you go.
Both of which are big hits of theirs. But, a couple nights before, Billy Joe Armstrong made his point at a show they played, a smaller show that they played in California, and he made an open appeal to ICE officers. How do you really feel about what you're doing? Come over to our side.
Yeah, that was great.
Coco Jones and Brandy Carlisle.
Fantastic, both of them. I mean,
Charlie Puth.
And
Everybody
Puth
says the national anthem is one of the hardest songs to sing. He nailed that, I thought.
He did, and it was a really pretty low-key delivery until the Rockets' Red Glare verse, and then he really opened up. Because after Marvin Gaye, 40 years ago, how do you reinvent the national anthem? It's a difficult thing to do. He didn't try, but he did it respectfully and in a very welcoming and warm way. He's got a very warm voice.
So let's talk about Turning Point USA, the All-American halftime show featuring Kid Rock. It looked to me, you can confirm this, but it looked to me like he was lip-syncing half the time.
You think?
Okay, I just want to be, just want to be sure that I'm accurate.
Unquestionably. Now, the second song he performed, which was a cover, a pretty religious song, actually, that he was definitely singing live, or almost definitely. But his hit, Ball with Dalwa, I think that's how you say it, unquestionably lip-syncing and not really trying.
Yeah,
to look like he wasn't. Yeah, very much so.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, it was, it was very different. It was certainly counter-programming. But that it was, it was almost more Southern rock than country music, a lot of it. And again, it's sort of like red meat rock sound of the early aughts and even the 70s. If that's what somebody wanted, they got it.
You mentioned Bad Bunny was top 3, top 5. Who's your number 1 pick?
Prince.
I mean, it's got to be Prince. We were like, Bad Bunny, Prince, Bad Bunny, Prince. I know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ahead, the American skater known as the Quad.